how you can use it. तो we'll cover zones और मैं इसको थोड़ा अलग तरीके से सिखाऊंगा because Dharni is here. Okay. So yeah, so these are the question, mainly these 10 or 9 questions.
देख लीजिए आंसर ठीक है क्या नहीं.
हाँ, वो मैं बताता हूँ आपको. उसके पहले थोड़ा बहुत हम सीखेंगे राइटिंग एनालिसिस और फिर मैं आंसर्स देता हूँ आपको in another 5 minutes. Okay, so जो हम जिनके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, if you remember this picture, किसी को याद है ये पिक्चर कहाँ का है? ये कौन है और ये किसका पिक्चर है, कब का है?
धोनी. धोनी तो लिखा हुआ है.
हाँ, महेंद्र सिंह धोनी. और ये कौन सा शॉट मार रहे हैं?
Helicopter.
Yeah, I mean it's not a helicopter exactly, but this is a very famous shot, and there is a very iconic commentary behind it.
T20 का कुछ वर्ल्ड कप या ऐसा कुछ जीता था तब का है.
हाँ, remember who is this person? Sri Lanka, India versus Sri Lanka. This is a final. Dhoni finishes off in style. India win.
Okay, the very first T20.
Magnificent scenes at the Wankhede here. India win the World Cup 2011 final, last ball 6. Okay, so mainly I was just giving a background, very interesting. So yeah, so we'll try and analyze his writing, and like he came from nowhere. Okay, he came from a small town, Ranchi, from where I am. So, and then he became one of the biggest captains without any background, without any financial backing, with nothing almost, and no one expected. Everyone expecting ki Yuvraj Singh, or there were so many Sehwag and so many other people, but he became one of the. He's still playing for Chennai Super Kings. So I mean, so what is his unique thing about him? Because obviously there are so many talented players. So what separates him? So we'll just try and analyze his signature, because he doesn't write so much. I have not found his writing till now. So from his signature, you will see, if you see the upper zone, if you just divide the handwriting into 3 parts, which we have done, if you just see the upper zones of the writing, you will see very large loops in the writing. Okay, like tall loops and these things. So people who write with large upper loops are someone who has a great deal of imagination, intellect, and just open to ideas, trying out new things and everything. So like you said, helicopter shot ho gaya, yeah. There's different wicket keeping techniques and these things that he's done. Without seeing, he'll hit the stump, and he'll try out new things, and also they're very open to ideas and concepts and these things. So people with large upper loops and other things, they have a very imaginative and open mind. So it's good to have a captain or someone who is in that particular field, but not someone maybe who is maybe an accountant or someone who has to basically just follow the rules. So this will not be a good trait for them. So someone who is maybe working in writing or art or something that requires thinking out of the box. So upper loops, large upper zones are someone basically someone who can understand new things. So second one we'll go to, someone remembers her? I think ladies here will recognize, maybe Sangeeta's daughter will not maybe understand. Yeah, remember that?
Prince Diana.
Yeah, Prince Diana. So yeah,
Princess.
and yeah, Princess Diana. And I think there are many till now she's remembered very iconic, and unfortunately she died in very uh, different circumstances and all. So we'll just try and understand her writing and this thing through her thought process. So if you just see her writing, it's there's no upper zones, right? Like if you see Dhoni's, his upper zones are very prominent and long. You see hers, there's not much upper zones, not much sort of thinking and this thing and all that, and not much lower zones also. So basically it's a sort of a unizonal. It's almost like she's writing capital letters, but small letters, but like capital. So someone who writes like this is very much day to day in the zone, and no, if you meet them, they are very friendly and with you, and no, they don't think about tomorrow too much and all. So for her position, it's a very good thing, because being in the moment, thinking only about today, and being with people and all, enjoying the moment, that is something which is good for someone who has their life set and they have to just take care of those responsibilities. So if your family is basically having a family business, or you just have to follow certain rules and responsibilities and all that. So this is prominently middle zone writing is something which will be very much important to you, okay, in those circumstances. But if you have something, you have to plan 5 years ahead, and maybe you're planning to do your own business and these things, then it is not such a good quality to have. Okay, and third one you might be knowing, I think Sangeeta's might know her. Yeah. Yeah, correct. So if you see her writing, her lower zones are very prominent. Okay, she's a very famous singer, artist. Okay, so you'll see a lot of artists, or even a lot of actors and sports people with very strong lower zones, because they're very ambitious. They're always in terms of their creativity, and they want to have a good life, live the best life, have the best cars and travel, and all these things. So they will have a very strong sort of lower zone, meaning the Y's and G's and all that will be inflated. Okay, so I just gave you an understanding of 3 zones of handwriting, and next we'll go to the answers. You ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what did you get for the letter, the first one? Which was the first one? What was your answer? A or B? Well, Dharni, you don't have to say. Okay.
मेरा B.
Mine and my daughter's both are A.
मेरा
Okay.
B.
And
मेरा B.
okay.
No, sorry.
B.
My daughter's is B and mine is A.
Okay. Got it. So these are these are very known people's writing, like these writings which I've shared with you. So the first person is I think you would know her, very famous singer,
No.
Britney Spears. Suna tha na?
Yeah.
Yeah, Britney Spears. So she writes very small, and her writings also you'll see unizonal. Correct. Matlab in the moment, and this thing, just like how Diana's was. So it's sort of in the moment, unizonal. So you will see her as friendly, but and very in the moment, but not someone who very plans ahead. So she got very famous very early, married also quite early, and then she didn't plan much ahead for her life. So
1 नंबर का क्वेश्चन क्या था, मैं भूल गई, लेकिन मेरा आंसर B है. क्वेश्चन भूल गई.
so
मैंने लिखा
someone who likes to mingle with others or talks to strangers and all
friendly,
these things. Friendly. So yeah. Okay, so B is someone you might know.
Justin
Justin Bieber. Okay, तो ये भी काफी famous singer है. Okay, so मैं थोड़े इंग्लिश वाले नाम बोल रहा हूँ अभी, बट अदर्स आर मोर ऑल्सो विल बी देयर। तो ये भी काफी फेमस सिंगर है, क्योंकि मैं यंग लोगों को सिखाता हूँ तो उनके लिए तो बहुत बड़े ये हो गए सिंगर। ओके, तो या, so Justin Bieber is B. So correct answer is B, because his writing is much larger. Okay, so he's someone who likes to mingle with people, but doesn't express his emotions because his writing थोड़ा left में tilt करता है। तो मतलब ये कहीं कहीं की बातें करेंगे, कुछ कुछ बोलेंगे, पर जैसे वो फील करते हैं, उनके इमोशंस क्या हैं, ये हैं, वो सब नहीं एक्सप्रेस करेंगे किसी भी इस चीज में। तो पर्सनल लाइफ को वो पर्सनल रखते हैं, क्योंकि उनकी राइटिंग स्ट्रेट और थोड़ी लेफ्ट को टिल्ट कर रही होती है। ठीक है, ठीक है। एंड नेक्स्ट, व्हाट इज द क्वेश्चन?
One sec,
क्वेश्चन लिखा नहीं, लेकिन
What is
आंसर
the answer for the first question?
The first question
B.
answer is B, because his writing is larger. So people who write much larger are people who like to, compared to smaller writing people, are someone who can talk freely with people. People who write little smaller are people who can concentrate on one thing very longer, for a longer period of time in general. Okay, so
Okay.
answer is B. Okay, so even if you didn't get it right, it's okay, you will get the other ones right for sure. So next was this. Okay, this will be very interesting.
इसका क्वेश्चन क्या था?
हाँ, the question
लिखा
was कि who is a person who is more expressive? कौन अपनी फीलिंग्स को आराम से एक्सप्रेस कर सकता? ओके,
मेरा
so which one you
इसका
got?
आंसर B है। B है।
B है। Which one you got, A or B?
एक्सप्रेसिव।
Yeah.
Yeah, Devansh, I answered A, and my
Okay.
daughter also A.
Okay.
मेरा B है।
Yeah, so don't worry if you're getting the answers wrong. We all are learning here, so I'll give you the reasons also why. Okay, so I think we covered here. So the next person, if you wrote A, is if you've seen Harry Potter. हैरी पॉटर अगर देखा है तो ये लड़की उसकी एक्ट्रेस है। ओके, एंड बी इज समवन एवरीवन विल रिकॉग्नाइज।
आमिर खान।
Yeah, so the correct answer is B. Okay, so someone who is whose writing basically tilts and whose writing is larger is someone who interacts with people freely. The catch here is that someone who is writing with gaps, okay, large gaps. Okay, I'll tell you the answer also will come later, or I'll tell you ki if you're writing with too much gaps, why. But generally people who write with a right-handed tilt, okay, as someone who is very expressive, very emotional, and they want to they will send you a lot of gifts, they will take care of you, and but also they will they might go, if they don't like you, then it can go the opposite way also. Okay, and compared to her writing, she is more towards the left, and someone who is more thinks more by logic and doesn't express easily. Okay, so Amir Khan is known as a very good actor in terms of, because he's very expressive, someone who can sell ideas, Satyamev Jayate and all that. Or yeah, so generally people who write with a strong tilt is someone who is more sort of expressive as a person. Okay,
so I had guessed this accurately before you said the answer. I wrote A, but I guessed it that it was gonna be B, and even the reason also I guessed it right.
okay, sure. So it's not like we are comparing who will get more answers right or wrong.
Yeah.
Just so if you make mistakes, you learn, basically. That becomes interesting than me just talking, right? Okay, so next one was this one was little easy, but you'll see a twist in this. Okay, the answer is little twisty. So if how many of you wrote A?
मैंने B लिखा।
Okay, B.
Yeah.
Okay,
B.
मैंने B लिखा।
so Sangeeta?
Yeah, I wrote B. Yeah, my daughter also B.
Oh, okay, so everyone wrote B. That's very interesting. Generally people fall for the trick, but good. Okay, so A is this person. You don't recognize the face, but everyone knows the name. Okay, here it's written last.
Yes, Raj.
Picasso.
No, no,
Picasso.
no, no, he is
Pablo
not
Picasso.
Indian. Pablo Picasso.
Okay. Okay, Picasso.
Picasso is like
Drawing.
painter. Yeah,
Artist.
so
Artist.
artist, one of the most famous. And A is, I mean, B is this person.
Hmm.
इनको तो the most famous Indian painter, M.F. Hussain.
Okay.
So this is his writing, and I knowingly chose a writing which is sort of not having. So every time he draws, he writes, he'll put a horse picture. और इनकी जो फेमस पेंटिंग्स हैं कोई भी बड़ी कंपनीज में, उनमें हॉर्सेस आपको दिखेंगे, घोड़े. ठीक है, तो he'll put a picture. तो कोई भी आर्टिस्ट हो वो जनरली ड्राइंग कर देते हैं, ये कर देते हैं आर्टिस्ट. कुछ लोग जो म्यूजिशियन होते हैं वो पियानो या जो भी उनका म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट या नोट्स ऑफ अ पियानो दे करते हैं. सो करेक्ट आंसर कैन बी बोथ A and B. Okay, both are very artistic. So there's no
Expressive.
right answer. A or B is both.
ये भी लिखा.
Okay. Yeah. So what is the next one?
Show off. Show off.
Who is the bigger show off? Okay, A is a bigger show off or B?
A.
A.
Devansha.
Okay. Yeah.
My
मैंने
answer
A
is
लिखा.
A.
Okay.
My answer is A and Shreya's answer is B.
Okay.
B.
Okay. So this is quite interesting also. So the person A is, if you know her, Lady Gaga is A. Okay, so you'll see big loops in her writing. Okay, and B is someone you might know very easily.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. So this is his writing. Okay, so I'll explain about the writing. So the correct answer is A, because people who write, big loops, ostentatious, or you see something weird in the writing, मतलब कुछ अलग बात है उस person में. कभी-कभी अच्छा, कभी-कभी बुरा.
कुछ अलग बात. वो नीचे का लोग बहुत ज्यादा excessive बड़ा है ना.
Excessive loops is someone who has sort of excessive imagination, कुछ अलग है. तो someone who likes to dress differently, fashion और ये सब, तो उनका वो रहता है.
सब कुछ excessive है.
हाँ, और इसमें you will see कि ये writing थोड़ी अलग ये है, क्योंकि देखिए first writing first is going up, second line is going down, okay, then down down down, okay, then first line is going up, going down down down, और last line is going up. Okay, तो mind basically is in conflict. आप पॉजिटिव, जब आप ऊपर लिखते हो तो आप पॉजिटिव रहते हो, और नीचे की तरफ लिखते हो तो थोड़ा सा आप डिप्रेस रहते हो. ओके, सो द माइंड, कॉन्शियस माइंड, मतलब कि जैसे आप हो और अंदर से आप डिप्रेस हो, लेकिन आप अपने आप को खुश रखना चाहते हो. सो बेसिकली if your writing is like this, and one more interesting thing you will see, Michael Jackson is written here towards the end. If you can see, last line, M has got large like this. Okay, M का जो second hump है वो ऊपर की तरफ जा रहा है, छोटा M है और एक ऊपर की तरफ जा रहा है. तो they are very self conscious. मतलब एक हम छोटा है और एक हम एकदम बड़ा है, मतलब वो ज्यादा सेल्फ कॉन्शियस हो जाते हैं. तो यू विल सी कि माइकल जैक्सन जो अपने सेकेंड हाफ ऑफ देयर कैरियर और ये सब में अपने पूरा प्लास्टिक सर्जरी और ये सब करा लिया था उन्होंने. सो ही वाज समवन वेरी सेल्फ कॉन्शियस. तो उन्होंने पूरा मतलब sort of plastic surgery. According to him, उन्होंने कोई और रीजन से कराया था, but generally very conscious रहते अपने ड्रेसिंग का, अपनी इमेज को लेकर के. So that is also thing. Okay. So what is the next? ये वाला skip. Yeah. So this one. So ये याद है?
इसका क्वेश्चन था
Who is more avoiding
other
people?
people ना?
हाँ, who avoids other
हाँ.
people?
ये बी
Okay.
लिखा मैं,
Okay.
मैंने बी लिखा.
Yeah. Sangeeta?
B. Yeah, B.
B.
My daughter A.
Okay. Got it. So you remember me telling about Amir Khan, right? With large gaps. Okay. So I'll give you the answers. Who is A and B first? Okay. So A is someone we all know in, one of the most brilliant minds.
Einstein.
Yeah, Einstein. So just seeing the picture, anyone in the world will recognize him.
Yes.
Just see his middle zone. Okay. If you see Dinah's middle zone, okay, 1 second. The middle zone is large. Okay. Here also you will see middle zone is large, but you will see just see Einstein middle zone compared to his writing. Okay. Middle zone is smaller, tiny. His writing is good size, but his middle zone is smaller. Okay. And the next person you might also not recognize by face, but by name.
इसका एक्सप्लेनेशन नहीं दिया.
मैं बताता हूँ. Okay.
Okay.
So second one is Darwin. So we always use evolution or yes. So someone who, yeah. So I'll give the explanation also. So someone who is writing with large gaps, okay, is someone who avoids people.
Yes.
Who likes to be alone, likes to be in their own world and all. Okay, if you see even Amir Khan, okay, that is a person, you will see Amir Khan only during movie promotion. उसके बाद वो दिखेंगे नहीं. लाल सिंह चड्ढा के लिए वो आए थे प्रमोट करके, फिर वो कहाँ गायब हो गए पता नहीं. तो हर 3 साल में वो दिखते हैं 1-2 महीने के लिए, फिर वो गायब हो जाते हैं. अरे कोई मूवी करते हैं, कुछ करते हैं, you don't know where is he. मतलब कोई भी पिक्चर भी नहीं ले सकता उनका. Right. So he is someone who avoids interaction with people. एक reason ये भी होता है कि you will see someone who is writing very much to the right is someone who interacts with people. He interacts with people and to basically save themselves from the emotional pain या कुछ reason के लिए क्योंकि वो ज्यादा इमोशनल हैं, ज्यादा जल्दी हर्ट हो जाते हैं, वो लोगों को मतलब उनका क्लोज सर्कल छोटा होता है और वो लोगों से इजीली घुलते मिलते नहीं है, बट जब मिलते हैं तब मतलब बहुत मिलनसार होते हैं. तो यू विल सी, ओके, पीपल हु राइट वेरी मच टू द राइट, दे विल हैव गैप्स इन देयर राइट. या धारनी, यू हैड अ क्वेश्चन?
Yes. Now all these things, for example, here two person like Darwin and Amir Khan, both are having gap. So we are telling that they both are reserved type of person. They don't want to go in the crowd. They are alone.
ऐसा नहीं है. They basically are in their own world. They avoid day-to-day sort of interaction with people, right? For 2 different reasons. Okay. If you see someone who is writing more towards the right, over time their writing will have gaps in their writing. क्योंकि आमिर खान का जब डिवोर्स हुआ था, he didn't work for 2 years. इतना इमोशनली ये हो गए थे, right? So to save themselves from sort of emotional pain and all this thing, they more preferred to focus on their work or their personal life. Okay. तो कोई रीजन होता है कि लोग इंटरेक्शन इजीली इंटरेक्शन करना छोड़ देते हैं.
Okay. Means this handwriting analysis is research based or it is itself is a science, handwriting analysis.
ये बेसिकली एक sort of research based interpretation है, क्योंकि ये होता है कि how did handwriting analysis basically, ये नहीं है कि हमने ये देखा ये बता दिया. Okay. तो हर चीज का बेसिकली साइकोलॉजी टेस्ट होता है या कुछ रन कर दे, और लगभग एक सैंपल ग्रुप होता है, मतलब आपने 1000 लोग को ले लिया, ओके, उनकी राइटिंग को एनालाइज किया, ठीक है इनकी राइटिंग छोटी है, ये है, तो उनके बारे में क्या पता चलता है, करेक्ट। फिर आप कंक्लूजन पे आए इस चीज को लेकर के, ओके, फिर जाकर के ये मतलब ये बन जाता है, करेक्ट। तो देर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स, ओके, इन द राइटिंग, तो आप किस चीज को कंक्लूसिवली ये बता सकते हो। तो ये बेसिकली साइंस ऐसे बना था। तो हाउ डिड दिस बेसिक रिसर्च स्टार्ट है कि जो मंक्स होते थे जैसे मोनेस्ट्री और ये सब में, जब वो लिखते थे, ओके, कोई भी बुक बना रहे हैं, ये बना रहे हैं, तब उनको डिफरेंट डिफरेंट हैंडराइटिंग्स मिलती थी। तो वो 30 साल तक उन्होंने बेसिकली रिसर्च किया था कि ये चीजें हैं, करेक्ट, और फिर उस पर बुक लिखी गई थी। नहीं तो लोग बेसिकली ऐसे ही हैंडराइटिंग एनालिसिस करते थे, इसका मतलब ये होता है, इसका मतलब ये होता है। तो जो रिसर्च कंपाइलेशन है वो लगभग 300 साल में ऐसे हुआ था।
Okay.
Got it, right?
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. Any other questions you have before we move on?
It's like Devansh, I feel whatever you're telling is contradicting because once you told us,
Yeah.
for the second question you had Amir Khan as an example.
Yeah.
What was the question then?
Yeah. So the question basically was a person who is very expressive, right?
Okay, expressive.
Correct.
And
Expressive.
and can the same person be very expressive also and avoiding people also? To express you need people, right?
Yeah, so you will see a lot of actors who are very expressive, but they will express among a closed sort of circle. So personality जो होती है, it is not just one trait that we focus on, okay? कि we generally put a generalization on things कि ये बंदा ऐसे है. It's not just one label. We have a lot of different things within us, correct? So when you understand जो personality psychology or psychology, this thing which I've studied, okay, so there are so many things in our personality, okay, which are very strong.
Okay.
Got it, right? That basically comes in our handwriting. So when you study personality psychology, okay, that time you'll understand जो trait theory में ये basically you'll understand handwriting analysis. So you just can't sort of label, okay, Amir Khan is very outgoing, so every day he interacts with anyone, okay. So that is not true, right? You also know this.
Okay.
So generally we have two, three main traits that basically underlie things. So for someone who is very expressive, very emotional, they sort of use certain defense mechanisms. Correct. If I'm too sort of trusting with people, then I will basically sort of, to save myself, I'll create something else. I hope you can sort of understand this. I know it's little bit, contradictory ye hai, right? But I'm just sort of helping you to understand. I can basically generalize कि हाँ आमिर खान ऐसे ऐसे ऐसे. It'll be easier to understand.
Okay.
Got it, right? But I'm giving you key. When you understand key, if a person is too caring for one thing and then no one basically cares, then you'll create sort of a defensive barrier. You will see with people close to you also. If a person is too sensitive, okay, then they will create another thing in their personality to save themselves from emotional pain. So I'll not go too much in detail. We have a course, okay, so we'll come back and I'll explain that to you also, okay. We have another 8 minutes, so I'll give you the answers, okay, remaining answers. and then we can discuss more in detail if you have any other questions. We'll keep the questions to the last from now.
7 नंबर वाला है kindness.
हाँ, correct. So this is very interesting. Okay, Dharmi also will agree. So number 7 basically is, or 6. Was it 6 or 7? I don't know. But
7 वाला kindness. हाँ, 6 वाला kindness है.
Yeah. Okay. So who got kind? Whether 6 is kind or 7 is kind?
नहीं.
A or B.
A or B?
हाँ.
Okay. Sorry, I just lost the flow answering that question.
हाँ.
So 6 is A is kind or B is kind? Who got what?
B.
B.
मेरे
B.
Yeah.
Okay, Sangeeta?
Mine it is A. Shreya's it is B.
Okay. Okay, this is quite interesting. Okay, so the first person, okay, this is my favorite, epic one, even if you get it wrong or right, but it's very funny. Okay, so the person A is someone, if you who is epitomizing and he's very famous. Okay, so B is basically this person. Okay, B,
Mother Teresa.
Mother Teresa. Okay,
Okay.
and A, I think you might have seen, is this person.
Hitler.
Okay,
Hitler ना?
Hitler.
कौन है?
Hitler.
Okay. तो मेरा ठीक है, मेरा B.
Okay,
Thank
so Sangeeta
That's
got Hitler as
Yeah.
kind.
No,
It's
maybe
okay.
by this.
Yeah, if someone gets
this
it,
I'm,
yeah,
motivating him
संगीता,
to be
आपका
kind.
बेटी सब टाइम ठीक होता है, right.
yeah.
Yeah.
क्या
Yes,
करती है
ma'am.
बेटी?
12th पढ़ रही है.
Okay.
Yeah, quite interesting. Okay, so Hitler is kind, and Mother Teresa. So I'll just explain it. Okay, so what's the reason? So someone who writes basically, whose writing has sort of loops and जिनके round होते हैं ना ज्यादा writing में, आप देखेंगे यहाँ पे writing ज्यादा round है mostly. Okay, so up and the things which are connecting the writing are kind of like like garlands, and this thing is just connecting. So these people are very kind-hearted, they work well with people and all. Okay, and there is also a sort of
मेरे ये राइटिंग देख के मेरे दिमाग में आया जैसे फूलों से माला गुथा जाता है.
हाँ, correct. हाँ, so these things are basically called garlands. ठीक है, so when you're writing ऐसे जब जो गूंथते हैं ऐसे letters, वो बहुत दयालु होते हैं, they're very kind-hearted, they work well with people and everything. And there is a little bit of contradiction also in the writing. Okay, because there is sharpness also in the writing in certain places. If you see letter N and this thing, meaning their mind is also quite sharp. So they can be strict also sometimes, or want to get things done also sometimes. Okay, so
yes,
depending on situation to situation, generally ये लोग kind रहते हैं. Okay, so mothers are generally very kind, but when child has to study, they become very strict. Okay, so there's a contradiction there also, right, Sangeeta? So yeah, correct, right? So there's a contradiction in the behavior depending on the situation. So, and you will see this writing is altogether everything is sharp. Even the connections in the writing are sharp, right? So these people are very sort of I would say इनको बस अपना काम करवाना है and they just want to get the job done and these things and all. Correct. So, and you will see in the beginning of the writing also, there's got these are basically lines they are drawing in the writing. There's no roundness in the writing. You'll just see sort of lines at the beginning also. So someone who's carrying a lot of resentment, you'll see the writing is starting basically with lines. Okay. So someone who has that in their writing is sort of carrying a load among themselves. So when you see sort of people who are also in prison and they have, serial killer जैसे हो गए, ये हो गए, तो वो लोग बहुत गुस्सा अपने अंदर रखते हैं.
इमोशन बहुत कम है. इमोशन,
हाँ, इमोशंस बहुत कम है. बेसिकली अपना काम ये करना बहुत ये करते हैं. तो हिटलर बेसिकली जाना जाता है क्योंकि उसने बहुत बुरा काम किया, लेकिन उसने इतने स्केल पे इतना पूरी दुनिया को उसने डरा दिया था. करेक्ट. इतना ये करके, क्योंकि वो बहुत इन टर्म्स ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइज था. करेक्ट. अकेले दुनिया से वो लड़ रहा था. ऑब्वियसली ही लॉस, पर बहुत ऑर्गेनाइज्ड वे में उसने चीजें की. तो अगर आप किसी को बुरा चाहें तो वो बुरा हो, तो वो अगर मतलब डिसिप्लिन नहीं है, ऑर्गेनाइज तरीके से नहीं करे काम, तो अच्छा रहता है. मतलब स्मॉल स्केल में वो करे. करेक्ट. अगर कोई बुरा है और वो लेजी है, तो वो अच्छा चीज है. आप समझ रहे हो?
बुरा काम
अगर वो
ठीक से नहीं कर पाएगा.
वो काम
बुरा
ठीक से नहीं कर पाएगा.
नहीं कर पाएगा.
हाँ,
फेलियर हो जाएगा बुरा काम.
हाँ, करेक्ट. Similarly, if you're sort of organized, correct, अच्छे काम के लिए, तब आप मिशनरी, चैरिटी और ये सब कर सकते हैं. तो इन्होंने बहुत बड़े स्केल में किया. One person did very bad in very big scale, and one person did very good in very big scale. Okay, generally speaking, जो बोलते हैं. Right.
Yes.